I would like to welcome everyone to another lesson from Mr. Klein Mathematics. We're going to be talking today about simple and complex areas on a grid. Now before we get started on this lesson, I want you to remember a couple of things. Vocabulary terms are in purple, and you can pause the video at any point to write notes or try some examples or just to think about what you are seeing. So we're going to start with a simple grid or coordinate plane. And I'm sure you've all seen this before, and I'm guessing that most students have seen pictures drawn on here, and you're asked to find the area by counting up tiles. And that's all we're going to do today. It's not terribly difficult. So let's look at a very simple example. So we're going to start with a rectangle. Not difficult to do. And all we have to do to find the area of that rectangle is to add up those tiles on the inside. And I'm counting this up. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we say that the area of that rectangle is 12 square units. No problem. But there is a potential difficulty here. First of all, the paper that you have already has lines printed on it. So if you pull your pencil out and try to draw a shape, what might happen is that the lines that you draw become kind of mixed up with the ones that are already printed on the paper. We call this visual clutter. So in this unit, we're going to remove that clutter. And you're going to be working with just the corners, just the dots. It's much cleaner, it's much easier to see what's going on in the picture. You can now really see that rectangle there in front of you. It's still a good idea to draw with your pencil or pen some extra lines to help you count those tiles in the middle. But you'll notice that it's much simpler to do it this way. And that's the kind of paper you're going to be using in this particular unit. So let's look at another example. Let's say I draw this figure over here to the left. Now first of all, this is not a rectangle. In fact, we call this a complex figure. A complex figure is simply a geometric figure for which we do not have a formula. Now in order to find the formula or find the area of a shape like this, we actually have to break it into smaller shapes for which we do have the formula. Those are called simple figures. A simple figure is a geometric figure for which we do have a formula, such as a triangle or square or circle or rectangle or something like that. So this is about as easy as you can get. So we're just actually going to break this into small little squares that we call tiles. And again, we're going to draw with our pencil or pen some lines to help us count these tiles up. Now you can spend a lot of time counting on a figure like this. Sometimes they can get rather big. And you know, that's fine, and there's no problem with that, but it is a little bit time consuming. So you can speed things up a little bit by breaking this into bigger areas. For example, I'm outlining essentially 5 rows of 5. Now there's no reason to count all 25 of those squares because 5 rows of 5 is simply 5 times 5 is 25. And you'll notice above that there are 4 squares, and above that there are 2 rows of 4. And that gives us 3 regions. We have a 25 square region, we have 4, and we have 8. If you add those together, you're finding the sum of that complex shape. And in this particular case, that is 37. So we say the area of this particular shape is 37 square units. Now that is the end of this very simple demonstration. You have some other assignments to work on and some other worksheets, and you can come back and rewatch this as many times as you like. I do want to remind you what our vocabulary words are. We have simple figures and we have complex figures. And again, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I'd like you to have a nice day.